Sorry, I've got so many different windows with because all of our stuff now is on different platforms. I'm trying to find my scripts. There they are.
Okay, whenever you're ready, the recording is going.
Actually, I only got the motion scripts and not and entering into executive session. Oh, there it is. Okay, found it. Sorry. The Behavior Analysis Regulatory Board meeting is convening at 9:07 a.m. on January 20th, 2023 at the Health Licensing Office in Salem, Oregon by telephone conference call. I will now call roll. Megan Jones, here. Brenna Lagarde.
Here.
Brad Hendershot.
Present.
Corey Stump.
Absent.
Samantha Parnham.
Absent.
Marie McMahon.
Marie, if you're trying to respond, you're on mute.
She's still here.
Yeah, she's still on there. Marie, can you hear us?
See.
April, you want to call her real quick? You have a number?
Do you want me to move on
Oh, we don't have a quorum without her.
Yeah.
or? Okay.
Okay. She's trying to log on a different computer. So you can move on, and then we'll wait for her to pop on with the roll call.
Okay. Jennifer White.
Here.
Members, when you wish to speak, please state your last name for the record. Board members are asked to not use the chat feature during meetings. For the record, public members calling into the public phone line are asked to email April Fleming at april.fleming@dhsoha.state.or.us and provide your first and last name. Public and interested parties' feedback may be heard during the public interested parties' feedback period if indicated on the agenda. Everyone is asked to use appropriate language, manners, and protocols when conducting board business. And I'm assuming not to call it to order until we get Marie, right?
Present.
Yeah. Okay, she's on. And
Great.
Corey, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I'll call roll again just to make sure.
All right, Megan,
Okay.
I'm getting
Yeah.
some advice here to go ahead. Can you call roll one more time, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I will. Megan Johns here. Brenna Lagarde.
Here.
Brad Hendershot.
Here.
Corey Stump.
Here.
Samantha Parnham.
Still absent.
Okay. Marie McMahon.
Here.
And Jennifer White.
Here.
All right. Thank you very much.
This call to order.
Sorry for the, sorry for the repeat. All right. So I can help you out, or you can just roll along because we'll be on the approval of the agenda as the next item.
Motion.
And we'll need a motion for that, please.
This is Legar, so moved.
Second.
We need a second, please.
This is White. I second.
And a roll call. Megan, if you'll call roll again, please.
Yes. Megan Johns. Aye. Brenna Lagarde.
Aye.
Brad Hendershot.
Aye.
Corey Stump.
Aye.
Marie McMahon.
Aye.
Jennifer White.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the director's report. I guess that's me. So legislative session has started, and we're tracking a number of bills, but in particular to BARB. We have a bill that we're tracking for provisional registration for interventionists. And that basically will be able to, if it passes, HLO will be able to issue a provisional license. The other bill is a bill for technical fixes that Paul Trudell worked on, and that basically mandatory BARB licenses, excuse me, let me repeat that. BARB licenses will have to be issued within 5 days. For the interventionists. And then the next one is BARB licensees will become mandatory reporters for child abuse. And the last one would be a telehealth. Any questions that we could try to answer this at this early stage? Hearing none, I will move on. So moving on to the board reports. License issue to behavior analysis. Looking at the Q2 and Q3 of fiscal year 23, we've issued 25. Assistant behavior analysis, Q2 of fiscal year 23, we've issued 2, and we haven't issued any for the current for Q3. Behavior analysis interventionists, Q2 we've issued 170, and in Q3 we've issued 8. Licenses renewed. The vast majority of this board renews online, which is nice. Also with the assistant behavior analysis, in the last 4 quarters, it's been 100% online. And for the interventionists, again, the vast majority are online, and there's a couple of stragglers out there, 33 or 34 of them that have not issued or have not renewed online. By age and gender, vast majority are in their 20s and between 20 and 26 and 41. And it's a female-dominated field. Analysts by age and gender. Again, it's a field that is relatively young in age and predominantly female interventionists. Same, we have some in their 50s, 60s, and one between 74 and 81 that's still licensed. Licensing trends for the analyst continues to move upward. We're up at 429 at this point. For the assistants, again, it continues to move upward. 25 the last 3 quarters, or excuse me, fiscal year 23. And for interventionists, same, continues to grow. We're at 429 within the last 3 quarters. The board's financials are good. Does anybody have any questions on any of the information I just ran through real quick? Or on the financials?
I don't have any questions. I do find it's interesting that we have just as many interventionists as we have behavior analysts, and for at least for the last quarter.
I didn't even catch that.
429 for both of those.
That's,
Oh, that's the assistant.
Yeah, that's the analyst.
Oh,
That can't be right.
that trend line looks identical.
That can't be right.
And the,
We've got a lot more info. That
Yeah.
can't be right. I'll have that checked.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll check that now.
Thank you, Nathan.
thanks, Nathan. Yeah, well, just Nathan, when there's an opportunity, probably at the end for other board business, you can pop on and provide them with the information.
And then we can update the materials if we get corrected information.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then with the board's financials, excuse me, I just assume everybody's looking at it. If you're not looking at it, the ending cash balance is 720,210. Shared assessment is 0.4%. And it continues to grow. And it's currently sitting at 2.4%. And the small board assessment that this board pays to HLO is 17.9%. Any questions on the financials? Okay. Regulatory report. Krampus, are you on?
I'm sorry, I am.
There you
I
are.
was tending to an email here, getting some email out to a board member who maybe didn't get the document. So, yeah, so the regulatory report. So as you can see, there's 3 bienniums showing up on the regulatory report. Currently, the 2019 biennium, we received 13 complaints. 12 of those are closed. There's one that's still open that is getting a little old, and it is getting addressed. So I'm hoping that we'll have some resolve to get that biennium off this report by the next meeting. But otherwise, we had quite a few come in the 2021 biennium. 27 and 12 are still open, and then of course the new biennium, which we're only partway through. We've only got 7, but So we'll see if that catches up, if that trend from the to receiving more complaints was just a bump in the 21 biennium, or if that will play out, how that plays out in the next couple of years. So that's kind of where we are. Does anybody have any questions with this board report or any of the numbers or investigative questions that I can answer? That
This is McMahon. I noticed that there's complaints by type. I wonder, is there, any other information about that when we say complaints? Is there any type of theme that emerges? Are we seeing a lot of complaints that have to do with anything like restraints, or is it, I see that there's some unlicensing, or I wonder if there's themes that might emerge that are something that the licensing board might need to be thinking about, or does it seem kind of, it's lots of different things?
I think that it's kind of a mix. You've got everything from billing to restraints, to restraints to people being people not being able to return to feeling like they were discharged improperly, that kind of thing. So I mean, it's kind of all over the map. We get a pretty wide diversity in that group. I think the ones that are probably the most that kind of come out to be things that are kind of actionable, all of those are all discussed in pretty depth in executive session.
Okay.
During
Thank you.
cases. Yeah.
And this is Bob, if I may. We have brought on a subject matter expert
That's right. Yeah.
to with these cases to help us get through these cases instead of just working them, bring them to the board, go back and work them some more. Dr. Gard is our subject matter expert. So I would suspect that we'll get through these, relatively quickly and with a professional conclusion without having to bring it to the board. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up, Bob, because that is a really big kind of game changer in how these cases are handled and how they come to the board for, a final review. It really makes a huge difference, and it's made a huge difference with other boards we've had that process in place. So, and that is relatively recent since the last board meeting. So, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to scoot over and I'm going to let Ann jump in here with policies and rules.
Good morning, Chair and members of the board. For the record, my name is Ann Thompson and I'm your policy analyst. If you recall, at our last meeting, we were talking about the board decided to adopt a credential for the licensing of behavior analysts and assistant behavior analysts. And within that credential, they decided to adopt the BACB's January 1, 2022 requirements, while allowing some language that allowed folks who were licensed or credentialed by the bar, BACB, prior to that date would not be excluded from licensing. So there was some retroactive language so nobody gets left behind. And we put it out for public comment and we received nothing. Nobody had anything to say about it, which sometimes not hearing anything is good. If folks say, okay, we want obviously to move our credentialing forward and stay current while not leaving anyone behind. So if I included the schedule, if the board decides they would like to adopt these proposed rules permanently, we would, when we come to a vote, we would need a vote to adopt these rules permanently. We would need a second. And if all of that goes according to the plan, we would be able to file those today and have those take effect on February 1st, 2023. Before we get to a vote, was there any questions about the proposed rules or the process? You guys are something else. Easy. Okay, so if that's the case, let me slide over. Let our director, Bob, take over, and we will need a vote to adopt the proposed rules permanently. And a second and a roll call, please.
This is McMahon, I second.
Oh,
Wait.
we need a motion.
We need a
Oh,
motion.
sorry.
So Maria, are you making the motion?
I so move, yes.
Okay. Now we need,
Legard, I second.
very good. Legard second, and now we need a roll call.
Motion has been made. I'll call roll. Megan Johns, aye. Brenna Legard,
Aye.
Brad Hendershot,
Aye.
Corey Stump,
Aye.
Marie McMahon,
Aye.
Jennifer White.
Aye.
All right. Motion carries. Good job, Maureen. Oh, that was it. Wow, that was
That was
fast.
it. I know, they're killing me today. There's
I was thinking I'd be able to get up and go get a cup of coffee and take a nap.
not with these folks,
Oh,
they're
my
on it.
goodness.
So I think I'm going to executive session.
All right. So the next on the agenda is the executive session. Megan, can you have your scripts?
I do. I have 2 executive session scripts. Is there, which one should I be reading first?
We can do it for. It's the 192,660.
Did you get that? 192,660?
They both start with that. One of them has a 40.225 at the end and one does not.
Yes, it's this one. It's the one with the 4225.
4225. 40225.
Thank you. The Behavior Analysis Regulatory Board will now meet in executive session pursuant to ORS 162.6602F, ORS 192.3559A, and ORS 40.225 for the purpose of considering information exempt from public disclosure at 9:29 a.m. on January 20th, 2023. Representatives of the news media shall be allowed to attend the executive session by conference call and will be provided further call-in instructions shortly. The public phone line will be muted for the duration of the executive session. Are there any representative of the news media on the public phone line?
Hi, on the phone. This is Bob with Health Licensing. Is there any media on the phone? Hearing none, we're going to mute the phone, and it'll be about 40 minutes.
Recognizing that there is no news media in attendance, the public phone line will be muted for the duration of the executive session. We will return to open session before taking any final action or making any final decision. Like you said, it is estimated the board will return to the public session in 45 minutes.
And I forgot to ask Heather how long it was going to take, so sorry, Heather just took a stab in the dark.
Sounds good.
All right.
Please be aware that it is possible that the board's executive session will last longer. If the public has any questions about whether the board is still in executive session, then the public can contact April Fleming at april.fleming@dhsoha.state.org.us. And we are now in executive session.